Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Radio Geonosis, where we talk about Star Wars from a certain point of view. I'm Angie.
And I'm Aaron. What's up? We're back. We're back.
I'm kind of segueing into some really cool news. Last night, while I was at practice, they would like me to do the voice for a Sith and a Master Jedi for the new shows that they're doing.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm going to have to read a script, and I'm going to have to record it. Oh, this music's perfect.
It's actually, I was trying to stop it.
You can keep it rolling.
Yeah, I was trying to stop it, honestly. Yeah, but go ahead, Angie. I'm sorry.
So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to have to practice on what to do and how to talk, because I want to be able to have a cool Sith voice, almost like something with an accent.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. Would you look at that?
Oh, my gosh. The love of my life is up on the screen.
So have you been working on a voice?
No, I've never done anything like that before.
Oh, really?
So this is going to be a first again, another first.
Let's wish her luck.
Yes. I don't go.
I think you might get it. You understand the metrics of it also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And exciting news. I just got, it's old, but it's new to me. I got the Star Wars Rogue One, the Ultimate Visual Guide. And we did not know that the toy box for Jen Arso, it had all these cool toys in it. So now we're
fully aware now.
Yeah.
It's crazy how they were.
What toys are in there?
We have the bad Mr. Goob, Mr. Iggy. What I like about the toys is that Mr. Iggy, Mr. Goob.
Yeah, look at that.
Starry
That's really
the Tuca.
cool.
And another Cootie the Tuca. What's crazy is that how many like fighter jets and different kind of vehicles she has. Toys, though,
yeah, that almost looks like a Wampa. So how did she get these ideas?
Yeah, these are probably just things that maybe she's heard stories like growing up in that world and
From her dad?
From her dad, yeah, who's been around.
This music is terrific. My friend has the Old Republic music, and
really?
Yeah, Greg, and he's such a cool guy. I met him at the Anime Expo. He was dressed as Kylo, and we're really good friends. And I went out to a Petco and did a thing with him. But he played some of the music for me. But I absolutely love the game. Music is great.
The game, it's crazy how good it's.
Yes,
yeah, it's crazy how good it sounds.
It's really good, and the reason why we're talking about that is because Aaron just bought Battlefront
2. Yes, I did.
You bought that on Black Friday
for $9.
Yeah.
It went all the way down from like $30 to $9. So I was like, forget it. I'm just gonna splurge.
I bought a printer, and you bought it.
I went to Walmart. They had some toys for my son, but then on Amazon they were cheaper, so I did that, and then I just got myself this game. So
I'm gonna definitely have to one of these days just sit and play a game, because I've never done that. So
yeah, you would enjoy it. They're mostly cinematic anyway.
Yeah, I would. I'm gonna have to just sit and do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so some upcoming events and some hot happenings that we're going to be going over. On November 30th, all club Christmas party. I can't wait for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And Haley is coming with me.
Oh, awesome.
Haley from work is coming.
That's cool.
with me.
That's dope. That's cool.
She's going to be my +1. December 8th, I will be with the Outer Rim Temple, and we're going to be doing a parade in the city of Chino.
Okay.
So that's cool. That I'd be doing and apparently we're going to be doing some sort of fight scene while we're walking down the parade.
Do you know that for sure? Or is that a possibility?
I know that for sure.
Okay.
And I have got to go there on Monday to the practice and learn it.
Oh, okay, cool. That's
Hopefully
dope.
I won't. I'm glad I'm going as a Sith, by the way, because later on that day, I will be up in Hesperia at the Super Target. I always call it the Target, but it's the Super Target on Main Street. We'll be doing the Spark of Love, and I believe that's at 2:00 with the 501st.
Okay.
So that's going to be fun.
They're doing a lot of things this
Yeah.
holiday season.
Yeah, and we don't do too much stuff up here, but there's a group of us. There's a small
little group.
Yeah, I get. What would you call them? Like a little faction.
Yeah, a little
of
faction. That's
of
exactly what
Star Wars people. So if you don't have to go to work till later, spin by.
Oh,
I would like
absolutely.
for you to meet
Absolutely.
everybody. And then on December 20th, which is a Thursday, I'll be doing the Kessel Toy Run in Long Beach for kids that are in the hospital during Christmas. So
Awesome.
that'll be my first time doing the Kessel Toy Run.
Yeah, the Kessel Toy Run.
Toy Run.
I like to play on that.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to make December 20th, maybe November 30th, maybe, but December 20th for sure.
Oh, the Kessel Toy Run?
Yeah.
in Long Beach.
In Long Beach.
And then the 8th, I would like
the
for you to
8th.
come out for the 8th, and that is at 2:00 for.
For the 20th, are you guys supplying the toys? Or do
Yeah,
people
we're
could-
supplying toys for
Okay,
the
so
kids.
I can give them to you.
Yes,
and then,
yes, you
Okay,
can.
awesome. Yeah, we have
Yeah.
some toys in here that we haven't even opened yet.
Wow, don't let me go through them because last time I rated the Lord of the Rings stuff.
Oh yeah, you did.
And that one happens to be in my doll collection.
Oh, awesome,
I have
perfect. It all worked out.
And
then.
you have to keep it mint in box.
Yeah.
But for the 8th, please try and come out
The Outer Rim?
to to the Spark of Love, because
Okay.
the Outer Rim the Chino Parade is at 8:00 in the morning. I have to leave here at
okay.
about 5.
Oh wow, just to get
Because the call
situated and
time is 7.
Okay.
So I got to get up early just to put all my makeup on. So by 7:00 at night, I'll be dead. I'll be completely tired. All right, so Star Wars, this is something that came up on their news feed. Parent wins battle to call their son Yoda. And I thought they were going to call him Yoda, but it's his middle name. And the family
Oh, that's
is
actually pretty dope.
Yeah, they're in Poland. So they were in a battle for 4 years to give him that middle name.
In Poland.
In Poland.
In Poland. Of course, it's crazy how that's a big deal.
Yeah, maybe because of the spelling or whatever, but
Could be.
oh my gosh, didn't one of the movie stars call their kid Apple?
Yeah, I forgot who. Oh shit, I forgot who
And
that
someone
was.
called their kid Anchor or
There's a lot of weird celebrity
Yeah.
kid names anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. So yeah, there's a kid named Apple.
Yeah,
I forgot who exactly.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, her daughter or son is named Apple.
Yeah.
So I guess it's not a problem here, but in Poland, Yoda's a no-no.
that really does suck. That it had to fight for how many years?
4 years.
Yeah, he did not have a middle name for 4 years.
No, he was
Oh, wow.
without for 4 years. So Star Wars has a new animated series, and it reunites Luke, Han, and Leia in a new animated series, which looks good. I think that the Star Wars streaming is going to be really, really
Gonna be a
something
big
else.
deal. Oh, is that
Look
is
at how
that
cool
the
that
animation?
is.
That how it
Yeah.
looks? Can I take a look at that?
Yeah.
Oh wow. It looks good.
Yeah, it looks.
That picture right there, that banner looks really good.
I have to say it looks better than the new Star Wars cartoons, The Resistance. I mean, that one looked kind of rough.
Oh, the one that we looked at.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
the one that one, it looks kind of rough. I didn't like that. It was really bright. It's very kid friendly.
Mm-hmm. Do we have to connect you to the?
Yeah, you're probably gonna
The
have
Wi-Fi?
to. Okay, so Star Wars 9. It says end battle scene. Kylo green saber teaser.
And set leak.
Yes.
A green saber like how he has a red one.
Yeah, because it
Shaped
looks
the
like
same?
yeah.
That better not be photoshopped. I'm not saying that it is, of course, but I hope it's not.
One never
It's set
knows.
leak.
Since
That would look really cool, though.
Yeah. You see a lot coming out of episode 9. I've heard so much. Even I even posted on our Facebook page, which is Radio Geonosis 2.0. I'm just going to throw that in there.
Mm-hmm.
It has Padme possibly coming into play. So I don't know if she's going to be something that Princess Leia sees.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody was writing, well, was it 3 seconds of, when Princess Leia was 3 seconds old?
Yeah.
Because, in the first movie, she remembers her mother being beautiful, but how does she remember that? She was just born and then she died.
Yeah, she was
But
young.
maybe there were pictures.
She was young.
She might have seen pictures. But that wouldn't make sense either. She probably saw pictures of God. None of that makes sense.
You don't think Leia saw pictures of her?
No,
Her mom?
because she knew that the Queen Organa was her mother. She was not aware that Padme was her mother. She doesn't really acknowledge General Organa, Princess Leia, never acknowledges that Darth Vader is her father. Never acknowledges that.
But what about her mom? You don't think that she knew her mom was a
No,
very important?
well, her mother was a queen. Her stepmother or her adopted mother was a queen.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know.
Hmm.
On Alderaan, she went to Alderaan with with Lay, and then she went with Organa.
Organa, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
she never really knew her real mother, but she does say in the movie that her mother was very beautiful. Her mother may, Queen Organa might have passed away when she was young,
Yeah.
and she said she was always sad. So I don't
She
know.
knew something was missing.
Yeah, maybe. It's kind of hard to say.
Yeah.
But it says the scene allegedly involves Adam Driver sitting inside a cockpit. It is either his shuttle pod or the tie slicer,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll see what happens. I don't know. I guess Ray's
Hmm.
in there, so I'm just kind of skimming over.
Yeah, I'm all for speculation though, because that gives us something to talk about until it makes the time go by faster until the movie comes out.
Yeah,
To be
yeah,
honest, all speculation is a good speculation, but it still gives us something to talk about.
yeah. I mean, I want to see that, and I want to see this new cartoon, which is the Galaxy of Adventures. It's almost like the books.
Yeah, they're animated shorts too, so
Yeah.
they won't be that long. They'll probably be weekly, like end of the week maybe. Kind of. There was some WB Warner Brothers did some animated shorts that were really cool too. So this might be the same thing.
Yeah. Now this one I do not know if this is real or not. George Lucas said to be back on the Star Wars Obi-Wan movie. I do not know if that's true.
When was this? Just the 25th. It says.
Yeah. A lot of people saying not true. We don't know. I think Disney, like I said, they don't want to leak too much, but they want to, and that way people are not speculating and talking about how, it should be this way or that way. Maybe Disney was trying to reel it in. Because did you even know that any of this stuff was going to come about?
No, I didn't. Honestly, I had no idea. So I kind of knew about the animated shorts because they were doing like these little short story mini books with Star Wars too at the end of some like comic books or at the end of like or just out like with kids menus and stuff like that, just out and about. So I kind of figured they would have to do like a little animated short. Animators do that from time to time, but as far as the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie like getting traction or gaining some traction with George Lucas, I don't know. I didn't know anything about that.
All
But
I know is that Ewan McGregor better be Obi-Wan, or else
would
there are
have
going
to
to be
be.
some
Oh
really
yeah,
mad people,
there's
including myself.
yeah, there's no, there's no, unless of course it was like a younger Obi-Wan movie. We don't know like they might go back and forth in between timelines. Start off in the beginning, and then incorporate older. I don't know, but this stuff is I don't think any movie idea gets just put underneath the rug. I think directors or writers or crew or whoever talk about stuff like this all the time.
Oh yeah, I think I think an Obi-Wan movie would be perfect because it's got you've got to answer questions, and one of the things that they did with Clone Wars is they answered a lot of questions about what happened between movies 2 and 3.
Yeah.
All of a sudden he gets married to Padme, and then the next movie she's pregnant. Well, what happened in the middle?
What happened in the middle of that? Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to the clones? What's going on with them? And how did they develop this friendship and all these different things? And the Clone Wars actually answered that. Same thing with Rebels. It answered a lot of things between movie 3 and movie 4.
And are you not okay with those? But you find nothing wrong with like filler movies coming out or movies
No,
to
not
just
at
fill in
all.
certain questions or
No.
yeah.
I loved Solo. I mean, a lot of people didn't, but
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Rogue One, oh my gosh, I think it was terrific.
Oh yeah,
It
I love
really
Rogue One.
was
I love
good.
Rogue One. Yeah, absolutely.
Now you know how she got the plans and what happened.
Yeah,
and-
some are very very necessary.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and I'm glad that they are going out on the ledge to do that. And when it says the new animated series Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures, it was almost like Jedi Apprentice, the Jedi Apprentice books. Those ones were 18. They're 18 little scholastic books, but boy, they had some terrific stories in there. It's what happened with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan from the time Obi-Wan was a young boy and being picked by Qui-Gon all the way up to the point where they got to movie 1, Phantom Menace.
And to be honest, hearing you say that, I think that's exactly how. If an Obi-Wan, and this is my opinion, an Obi-Wan movie should start.
Yeah.
With him being picked, showing a similarity between how maybe Anakin was picked and how he was picked, and
Yeah.
being so young or whatever, and maybe not as young as Anakin, but being young still. Um,
Oh, he was.
he was young.
He was
Yeah, yeah.
young too
So I
because he was at the temple, and I think he gets picked when he's probably maybe 10.
okay, yeah. So I think that's how Obi-Wan movie should start
Yeah.
and go on, and of course end with an older Obi-Wan maybe fighting against Darth Vader or something like that. I
Yeah,
don't know.
because there's only 17 years, and a lot of people argue, well, look at how look at how he looked.
How old did he
Yeah,
look?
but he was out in the desert, and he actually in that time in the book Kenobi, which I know is not canon anymore, but in the book Kenobi, it talks about how he learned to communicate with the Sand People.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense when he goes to save Luke.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, when he goes to save Luke
Luke.
from the Sand People, he makes that noise.
Yeah.
How did he learn that? He learned that from the Sand
From
People.
from living amongst them. Yeah.
Yes,
For sure.
yes, and they're actually. Someone said that they're human, but they're just wrapped up. But I believe I'm not sure if they're a certain species. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I'm not
I'll have
sure.
to look into that. A couple of my friends are death troopers.
Oh, really?
Yes,
This armor looks so.
it's
looks
so
dope.
cool.
Yeah, this armor looks really, really cool.
But every time a movie comes out, what happens? It inspires people to make new costumes.
Yeah.
So you have with the Solo movie. Oh my God, there's a few people that I know that are Kira. There's some people that are that are Han Solo, the young Han Solo. There's people that I know that have done the oh my gosh, his friend. His friend just went out of the one who owned the Millennium Falcon first. He's so smooth. Colt 45.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God.
Hold on. We have to do this.
Oh
It's
my
not.
gosh.
It's not.
Lando Calrissian.
There we go.
I'm like, how am I going blank right now? But I'm
I
like,
couldn't say the first name.
it's a long day, I tell you, man. You get up early to feed goats and your
Forgive
whole
us,
day's
you guys.
destroyed.
Just forgive us. Don't get frustrated. Just forgive us. That's it.
And someone showed pictures of the new Millennium Falcon, pictures of it,
Okay.
of the one at Disneyland. So that's cool. I'm really, I think I'd probably live there.
Would you?
At Disneyland, I may. Once this whole thing comes into, and I guess there's going to be a new details on Star Wars themed hotel coming to Walt Disney World.
Oh wow.
I say we need to
Please
stay there.
Oh yeah. Let's make the reservations right now.
I have a friend that's Poe too.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
not Poe. He's Cassian.
Cassian.
Yeah, he does the Cassian. So that's really cool. It says coming in the near future, a Star Wars theme hotel experience will open upright outside of Disney's Hollywood studios.
Oh really?
While still having plenty of details to learn about this upcoming resort, today we received some news. Looks like the resort. There's just like some small pictures of it, but I'm sure. Please let me stay in the temple. I want to stay in the temple room.
The temple room.
Yeah.
The temple room. Or the temple side of the wing.
The temple,
It might be
yeah.
wings or something
There
like
may
that.
be something like that, or you could be in the other side where you're in the Sith kind of cavey kind of room.
Oh yeah, sign me up for the Sith.
That would-
Sign me up for the Sith cave, please.
Wonder what that would look like. You turn off the light and there's like a glowing Darth Maul in the room.
Lights are just
or
flickering down the hallway. and
Revving,
just-
in
yeah.
there, kind of thing.
Yeah, Darth Vader breathing over the speaker.
You would not get any sleep. It says guests coming to this resort will need to take a pod to a luxurious starship. Oh my goodness!
I see.
You pay like $1,000 a day to stay there. We'll just have like 10 people
Yeah.
in the room.
Whatever it takes. Basically.
Yes, we'll make that happen. And from what I'm understanding, that John Williams is going to write the movie score for 9, and that's going to be it.
And that's gonna be all.
No more. No more. But I heard that with number 3 too, so you never know.
You never know. His mind might change. Hopefully, it does change. Come on.
I mean,
John.
he is older, but I
Yeah.
can,
Yeah, I can understand though.
It says Aquaman inspired by Star Wars and Steven Spielberg. Says
Oh, Aquaman, the direction that the director went in he's inspired by.
says Wan. It says Wan. I don't know who Wan
Yeah,
is.
that's a director.
The guy, the directing. Aquaman inspired by Star Wars and Steven
I
Spielberg. Oh, it was inspired by maybe stuff that Steven Spielberg does, like Raiders of the Lost Ark or
Oh yeah,
E.T.
yeah,
or
yeah, absolutely. I could see. I mean, the
I'm like,
last trailer that came out for Aquaman, absolutely. It looks very Black Panther esque, like as far as Atlantis being this whole kind of different kind of world. Like
yeah, and it has
that's
to
a
be.
part of the world. You know what I mean? But as far as like the tech, maybe the story and or just how it looks, yeah, absolutely, I could see it.
When I was younger, I watched the Star. It was like the DC universe kind of superheroes kind of
Hmm.
thing, and it was all of them as cartoon
Oh yeah, the
characters.
Super Friends.
Super Friends, yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember that. I
No.
couldn't remember Rocket Power until this morning. So I wanted to name my son Otto. And
Oh, you
not,
did.
yeah, not because of Rocket Power, but a friend of mine, Paul, he named his son Otto based on Rocket
Your power.
Power.
Oh, really?
But I wanted to name my son Otto because Emilio Estevez was in a movie called Repo Man,
Uh huh.
and he was so hot as a punker. So his name was Otto in the movie, and I always told my friends when I have another son, I want to name him Otto.
Oh, okay.
But Mark put the hammer down,
He
and
was
that
like,
was
"No?"
it, man. No, Otto. Well, my last name, it would have just been too weird.
Oh, okay.
I would have loved to have named him that. Anyways, back to when I was younger, I would watch the Super Friends, and all you really did see was Aquaman
Oh yeah,
use his calling for like
his like sonar.
dolphin and
Yeah, the sharks. Yeah,
that kind of thing. He
his
didn't do too
sonar
much. Yeah.
communication,
Yes.
psychic, whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah, Wonder Twins, they just turned themselves into an animal and something like wind or
Yeah,
water.
that's activated together.
Yes.
Wonder Twins' power is activated.
Activate.
Shape of bucket of water. That would always
Yeah.
be the go-to for them.
Yeah, and the shape of a form of an elephant,
Yeah.
kind
Or,
of thing.
yeah. Yeah.
So I would imagine that with Aquaman, we went just around this big wheel right now. With Aquaman, he would have to have something really cool going on. You just can't have him calling for the whales,
No.
using the sonar calling for the whales.
He's
That would
gonna
be
do
boring.
it. He's gonna do it.
Oh, of course he's going to do it,
They're
but
just
I
gonna
mean,
find a way to make it cool. That's all. They're just gonna have to find a way to make it.
okay, this guy is like totally cool because he said, this movie is my embrace of all the filmmakers I grew up loving. This sort of Spielberg inspired wonderment movies from the 80s. I finally get the chance to design some real fantastic worlds, the kind you're used to seeing, like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. I love the fact that
Oh,
he threw
wow.
in Lord of the Rings because people don't realize how awesome those movies are.
And you know what? Just speaking honestly, like no one really knows what to expect from Aquaman. There are some people who
No.
are already expecting it to be a bust or not to
Why?
be good, just because people are harsh on DC movies. Like Marvel solidified itself as the go-to for or the crown jewel of superhero film,
They are the crown jewel.
and people don't like People didn't like the Man of Steel, which was like one of
Oh
my
my
favorite.
gosh, it was so good.
It was so good, yeah. People don't like that. People don't like Batman versus. I mean, DC really.
I did not like Batman versus Superman. I
Yeah,
thought it was
yeah,
terrible.
For Marvel's like the GOAT. For DC, it's more so the animation movie, the animation side. People love the animated movies, but not the real movies. So if this movie is good, because the expectations from honestly speaking, he probably knows this too, are low, that it could surprise. I think it's gonna be. I have no problem with any DC movie. I look at it
Wonder
as,
Woman was terrific.
yeah, I see it as I see movies now. As I get older, that I'm grateful to even see it on screen. Because as a kid, you would just be like, "What if they made a movie like this?"
Yeah.
I have to start thinking like that because I have to just take it with a grain. I have to just
Yeah.
soak it in. But I think Aquaman's gonna be. There's nothing in the trailer that showed where it's gonna suck. Like everything
No.
I know about Aquaman, I've seen in the trailer. So
It doesn't. To me, it doesn't look like it's going to. And I mean, like I said, DC. You're right. They're very dark. They're very gritty.
yeah, they are. They are.
X-Men was kind of a little bit like that,
Mm-hmm.
but no, these Batman was just full on dark.
Yeah.
And it shows a really evil side. Even the show Gotham is pretty serious.
DC is the Titan show that's on the streaming network for DC is very, very dark and bloody.
Yeah,
And
they are the darker comics. You know,
yeah, for sure,
they're the ones that show the real gritty kind
for
of,
sure.
any kind of characters and stuff. Whereas I see that that Marvel is more of a happy,
It's
more of a, you know what I mean,
and it's a certain way how Marvel gets
over the
their
rainbow kind of.
yeah. It's like a certain they have a certain way how to get their darkness across.
Yeah,
It's very vibrant though. Like even like Thanos is purple and everyone's costumes are. It's just very vibrant. They're like with DC is very like it feels
dark.
dark. A dark cloud is raining all the
Yeah,
time.
and there's questions about the superhero, and even
Yeah,
Superman, there's questions about him. Batman, contemplating kind of thing. And
yeah,
I think Aquaman, I say kudos that they do this with Aquaman because he was one, even in the Big Bang Theory, nobody wants to be Aquaman. They thought he sucked,
yeah, yeah. And that's just a joke on Aquaman from his costume to what his powers are. It's
Yeah.
like,
He can summon,
Robot Chicken is like classic for always going in
Oh
on
my gosh,
Aquaman.
that is so fun.
But I feel like with DC, it's more what I do like that they do, like how you just said, there's questions about the hero. I think that's just how it might be in the real world.
Yeah.
I think if you do see someone, if we were to have a man from outer space that could pick up a yacht and whatever, fly around, yeah, we would be grateful that he's saving us. But you are gonna have those people like, well, why does he get privileges that we don't, like? You know what I mean? This is
Yeah.
the different questions they have about him being from not of this world and an alien. So I think
People need to get it's Superman. You can't
yeah,
question
you
it.
shouldn't be able to question it. You know what I mean? Because he is doing a good deed. But yeah,
And the same thing, with Star Wars. I think with 9, I think we're gonna see, and we're segueing back into it. I think we're gonna see like I said, J.J. Abrams has got to come around The Last Jedi. He's kind of come around it with like kid gloves
Yeah.
and bring it in and make it make sense because so many. I talked to people this weekend and they don't like that movie.
yeah,
They don't like it, and I think, like I said, one of the things that's missing from it is hope.
Yeah.
There's no hope. You see Luke throw that saber. You see him drinking the cow's milk. I mean, I always
And
go back to that.
I
hate
watched
it.
I watched it on Friday night when I got home after work.
Did you laugh when you watched the cow being milked? And
I thought of you actually, to be honest. When I saw it, I was like, it's crazy how she would not drink this. But
I hated it.
but I feel I understand though, like with episode 9, the feeling I had just watching it again was like, come back. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there was stuff just left.
Yes.
Like, are we not gonna go back and like answer these questions? Especially
Yeah.
with
Ray.
when she went especially
Yeah.
when she went down into the pit, and I just thought that whole thing was just useless.
Yeah, like the Cantobite scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was useless then. Like, why is this here? But even more so, seeing it again, I was just like, why did he put this here? Just to have us like, oh yeah, here we go. The big question is gonna be answered to just like,
And nothing
no.
was answered.
Like,
Nothing.
just-
You said one thing that there's a director that did. He did the movie that just came out. Viper.
But okay, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
the guy who writes that or did the directing for that, he is a comic book guy. He understands the characters.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that maybe the guy who wrote The Last Jedi really doesn't understand, or I mean, I don't want to assume anything, but
Yeah.
he didn't really have a total grip on or a whole picture of what really Star Wars was, and all the different things that go along with it.
Yeah.
And someone once told me, and I don't know how true this is that they were trying to scrape the New Hope and the Last Empire. They were trying to scrape all the movies and start from scratch, but you can't do that.
Oh no. And I understand. Some things are just timeless. And
Yeah, and you can't scrape a story that has already established all these characters and the reason why Star Wars is happening in the first place.
Yeah, and to be honest, the Force Awakens is like a good movie too. So for
Yeah.
you to even, you because we all know as Star Wars fans, like there's a type of Star Wars movie, you know, and with The Last Jedi, like you said, what it was missing that every other Star Wars movies had, old or new or super old or whatever the case may be, is that they all had hope. Hope was in the movie, and hope always
Right.
found its way in the movie. And if this is what The Last Jedi lacked, they have to find a way to bring it all back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't know. I'm not a director, but I would think that would be like hard as a director. Like, how do I get the audience to reel them back in? You got to go
Well,
back
they
to the
did.
original. You got to go back.
Look at how well loved all the characters in the Force Awakens. Look at how many characters became beloved because of the way they
Yeah.
were introduced.
Yeah, true.
And
True.
even Kylo Ren, now the new Darth Vader kind of thing, you know, he is just as beloved as Darth Vader,
Vader,
you
that's
know,
very,
as
very
an
true.
evil, you know, kind of conflicted
Struggling,
guy.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. But in the second movie, he doesn't have a shirt on. He's questioning himself, and it just was.
He doesn't have his shirt on.
Yeah, you know, it just was like it just seemed like there was so much confusion and everybody was unsure what was going on. Snoke, we got nothing on him,
Yeah.
where this guy came from or anything. At least we understood Palpatine. They went back and explained Palpatine.
Yeah, what was going on with him?
Exactly.
They were confused, and as an audience, like we were confused.
Everybody was sitting there.
Everybody
clueless.
was just. The people through the more like, are you guys okay too? Like, we don't know we're watching.
We can't figure out what's
Do you
going
know
on.
what's going on, Kylo Ren? No, I know. Cut.
He's got no shirt on.
Poor guy. They made fun of him too.
But I really hope like we are seeing, you know, like we saw with Darth Vader, I'm hoping that we see Kylo Ren, you know, come to that, because this is going to be the end of the movie. This is
Yeah.
going to be at the end of this. Now, you know, then they'll go back. Hopefully we'll see movies from the guys that are doing Game of Thrones, but we may see that as more of an animated series on the Disney
Yeah, on
Disney
XD,
stream.
or-
Yeah, on the
yeah.
Disney streaming, which when that comes out, I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I normally I just pay for Netflix and my regular cable, but I may just 86 the cable.
Yeah, you know what? I honestly thought about, like, am I gonna keep my Hulu or my Amazon? Well, I'm gonna keep my Amazon Prime, but my Hulu, and just get the DC streaming service.
Yeah, you kind of wonder. Now I have to, from what I have understood, or I'm kind of getting bits and pieces of, is on Netflix they're now going to take the Iron Fist and they're going to take Daredevil, I think, and Luke Cage, and take them to the Disney streaming.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm
yeah,
not
I'm
sure.
not. I'm not
Wherever
sure.
they go, I'm going.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I know. Everyone's starting to stream it. They're not really doing too well. Like the DC one isn't doing too well and stuff like that. But the more content they add, they'll pick up.
Right,
They'll
right.
pick up steam, and then everyone's gonna be like, I like watching DC shit more than shit
Yeah,
on Hulu."
exactly.
You know what I mean? And yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm contemplating getting the DC one just because I saw the Titan show on Go Movies. No one's still my resource, and I like the show. So that, along with, they have all the DC movies and the Superman animated series I grew up watching and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, and I know that for the Lucas, the Star Wars streaming, is it going to be the Star Wars streaming service? Or
I think it's going to be Disney, but Disney's going to have a lot of, look at all the content they're putting together
Yeah,
for.
you know,
It could be basically, it could be like mainly Disney.
some Marvel added on too.
Right,
some-
because like I said, Iron Fist and they, from what I understand, Iron Fist is going to Disney streaming, so
Okay.
their third season will be on that.
wherever Star Wars is going, then I'm
Wherever
gonna
they
have
are
to-
going,
yeah, I'm just have
we're
to,
gonna
like,
follow
just have
that
to suck it
Millennial
up and
Falcon.
yeah, take my $7.99 or $9.99 a month.
Yeah, and it
So
takes
what?
a little. Netflix wasn't flying off the off
No.
the charts at first. It was something that was going along slowly. Now they've become a powerhouse.
Yeah, Netflix
but
it all takes time.
but things could change once Marvel leaves.
True. That's very, very true. And Marvel's leaving.
Yeah,
Everyone's getting a taste of the streaming
yeah.
action because they
Yeah.
figured a way how to make money off
But
streaming.
Disney owns Marvel, so they could just take it and
Yeah.
they own the world.
Disney. Disney.
All right, so back to our book real quick, and then we're gonna call it a night. I've got to go put lights on my Christmas tree.
Oh, it's that time.
I'm in the
It is that time of year, guys.
Yes, you know what? I've come to the point where I hate decorating. And so
Are you over it?
everyone's got to be away from me when I'm decorating, or else I become Godzilla.
I'm
Shooting flames, man. I hate doing it. I love Christmas. I just hate decorating.
For me, it's just getting the tree out. the garage. I don't. It sounds. It doesn't sound hard at all. It sounds like I'm lazy, but
No, you're not. It's
It's
just the
just.
task.
I love Christmas. Don't get me wrong, but the task at hand
Yeah.
of getting the tree out,
Of putting
unboxing it, and
everything
putting it
up.
up.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm almost there. I've got to just hang some garland on my wall unit and put lights on it, and I'm not there yet. I mean, I'm thinking of all the.
Chris, don't touch that ball. It's gonna
Yeah,
break.
exactly. Well, now I have a little Christmas tree. I used to have like a 7-foot tree that
Oh, okay,
I
that went
put
all the way.
Yeah,
Oh,
it went all
okay.
the way to the roof, and so now I don't put that up because my dogs would play with the lights and the ornaments. So I don't I don't have one on the ground anymore. I have to have it up on one of my wall units that's by my window,
Okay.
and to keep the dogs from getting at it.
They get at.
They get
you?
at the tree.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, so I no longer have a huge tree. I have that up in the rafters, which I'm not going to get down because it's heavy. But I could put that up, but I don't want to anymore. I just have a little one.
You're just over it.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
said.
okay.
Yeah, I told Mark, can I just put up the tree? No, got to put up everything else.
That's okay. Just in the book. I'm just looking at the clinic's shuttle. They're showing the inside
Oh,
schematics.
Krennic, that poor guy,
Direct
man.
clinic. Yeah.
Director.
Yeah, I was just looking at the shuttle, seeing how like what the cabin looks like.
Yeah.
And his craft and all
He
kinds
just
of stuff.
he really. It was his idea. He put everything together, and then
They only needed him for his idea.
Yeah.
It's when he started to just see
he was looking for power too.
yeah, what the Empire doesn't like it. We have our top dogs. Like,
Yeah.
thank you. Just don't betray us, and you'll be fine. Just
Yeah.
be okay with what you have. And,
Yeah.
he was like, but hold on,
Yeah, he was hunting
I
for
designed
power.
it. Yeah, and they were just like,
They're like, get
all
rid
right.
of the guy.
They tried to warn him too, though. They did try to warn him, and he didn't heed the warning. But yeah, I
No.
was just looking at a ship right now. That's kind of like how Kylo Ren's ship looked when.
Yeah, some of the I think some of the ideas, even with the rebels, the ideas for the ships don't really change much.
My friend calls her Mama. I just thought
Who is this? This is a general. These are all
General
different.
Merrick, and I like how they have their age. Basically, he's 46.
Yeah,
Jen Erso was 21.
yeah.
Cassius was 26 years old.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
See, we don't know.
Yeah, they're going just by the standard years. In human years, this fish squid man would be 65.
What-
Admiral Raddus, of course.
Yeah,
but I'm
Admiral
talking
Raddus.
about his face.
Well, he looks a lot younger than he does in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
But I did like. Okay, he's a squid and everything, but he's wearing regular shoes.
How
He
that
doesn't
works,
wear-
I don't.
He doesn't wear. He wore white shoes.
He's some sort of amphibious, humanoid-like creature.
So what do his feet look
'Cause
like?
his
Are they
hands-
webbed?
I know. See, so they're probably like that.
Well,
And
no,
if
his hands look normal.
Yeah, because I think his feet are like this outside of, and then like in his
In the shoes?
in his boots they just close up. And I'm taking it. I don't know how else it would work.
Yeah, it's like he wore those little white comfortable shoes when he.
But yeah,
It's a trap.
I like how they have their ages, especially for the standard years. So
Yeah.
like, 65.
Yeah.
Maybe 45.
It's not like in
46.
the new Fantastic Beasts movie where the ages are all wrong.
Oh, you saw? How did you like it?
It was long.
It was a long movie.
It was a long movie, and
Mm.
it was. I think Bill and I went to the last time we were taping. Bill and I went to the movies.
Yeah.
We just
you saw
got
it.
there. The first Harry Potter movie. I'm trying to think of his name. He had the stone, and he was 650 years old. But in this Fantastic Beast movie, he's only 300 and something. So between that Fantastic Beast and the Harry Potter movie,
300 years passed.
no, there was only 90 years. So the math on that is all
It's
wrong.
all wrong. Did you? I hope they didn't think that anyone would count.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, that doesn't even make sense at all. And same thing with Professor Dumbledore in the movie. They're saying in the Harry Potter Sorcerer's Stone, he was 100, possibly 150 years old.
Uh-huh.
And Nicholas Flamel is the guy who was
Okay.
600 years old. But in the Fantastic Beast movie, I'm sorry if you haven't seen it, they were saying that he was 300 and something. So the math is all wrong on that.
They need to. I hope they, like I said, I hope they think that
Like,
no one.
yeah,
would
and then like I said, Dumbledore is supposedly 150 years old, but how did he get to be that old in the span of 90 years, kind of thing. So some of it doesn't make sense. So it's a really cool costume.
This is
It's a
the
pilgrim.
Jetta Pilgrim's costume.
Yeah.
See, this is what I would want.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, because that looks really, really cool. To be
It's
honest.
hot. When you wear,
It
you
is,
have
huh?
to have fans in those. A lot of my friends have fans in their
In their
buckets and
costumes?
stuff. Yeah,
Because there are like fans you can hang around. One of the girls at our job.
yeah.
Actually.
Gina has the fan.
Yeah, Gina has like a fan. I was
But
like,
their
what chain
fans,
is that?
the fans are inside the helmet.
Oh, okay.
So, look at how cool that costume is.
That looks crazy. Where's the rest of her head?
Well, if it's she maybe has a black thing on the top of her head.
I see.
Yeah.
Because that was like cause for concern.
In the
But
Solo
this looks
movie,
awesome.
my friend has, the one young girl who, when they're going to take that, I don't know, whatever it is, that stuff that they need to switch out and make it into.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the young girl that has all the big hair and she's got the headpiece.
Yeah, she has.
My friend has done that costume.
Really?
It is so cool
Wow,
looking.
how did they do that costume?
I have no idea. I have no idea, but it's super cool.
3D printing is a lot of money. So when I see some of these people with these certain kind of helmets or different kind, I'm like, you spent a lot of money.
Well, I think getting the original 3D printer is probably most of the cost. And then once you get it, man, you can make just about anything.
Yeah. Konami's been trying to get a 3D. Him and my friend Val have been trying to get like 3D images of themselves for a while now.
Oh, wow.
And they had the thing at Comic-Con, but that cost a lot of money.
Yeah, it
too.
was like $150, $200 kind
yeah.
of thing.
Which is insane.
Saul Guerrera. I loved him when he had that. He had to breathe into that air thing,
Yeah.
He was cool, and then it snapped back on him.
Kind of Iron Man-ish.
He is actually, I believe he was either in Rebels or he was in Clone Wars. One of the two.
Oh, okay. His age says unknown.
Yeah, like Yoda. Well, no, Yoda.
We know he's around 900.
Yeah, he lived longer than Nicholas Flamel.
And I don't know why everything is basically all mechanic, and these are just sandals I could get at Walmart.
I think. I think because some people, you'll see some people as almost forms of Darth Vader. Some people are almost forms of that because General Grievous is.
Yeah.
His brain and his heart, and I think his eyes were pretty much the only thing left of his body.
Wow.
The rest of him was all robot.
Yeah, and his upper body is mostly mechanical.
Yeah. It shows you that, on good and bad side, you can use, mechanics and stuff.
To keep yourself going. Yeah.
Because when we were at the Christmas parade, my friend Dupree, he was Darth Vader. And that's another thing I didn't tell you about. So we'll go over that real quick and then
we'll wrap it up.
Then I'm wrapping it up because I got to go put lights on a Christmas tree.
Responsibilities.
I know. I got the darn thing out, okay?
Look, that's all that matters, to be honest.
I can leave it like that. I'll get in trouble, but anyways. He does the Darth Vader, and for the Christmas parade, he was standing we were all waiting, and he's standing by me, and you could hear that thing breathing because he has like the breathing apparatus.
Yeah.
I'm like, how does that not get irritating to all of the stormtroopers standing around Vader? They're like, you know what? Unplug this dude. He's making too much noise. Can you just
turn him off?
Yeah, or turn it down, please, sir. But that was a lot of fun. We marched it's going to air on Channel 5 next Sunday. So I'll put it on to our Facebook page what time it's going to air on Channel 5. And we go a little bit after Gumby because Gumby goes and then a little bit after that comes us.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. We had to wait on a side street. So once they called us up, we came up onto Hollywood Boulevard, and I saw the red carpet and all the cameras, and I wasn't nervous until then. When I
Oh,
saw
okay.
all that, I got nervous.
Nervous? Oh.
Yeah, it was kind of dumb.
Oh,
but I mean,
Angie.
I know. I've been interviewed and stuff on camera, but this
Yeah.
kind of made me really nervous.
Yeah.
And so when I was walking up, all of us, once our feet hit the red carpet, because our sabers were down, we had to hit the light and put it up and hold it to the right side of us.
Gotcha.
And we walked in uniformity all the way down. I was so nervous. Eric Estrada, do you know who he is?
I do know who that is from Chips.
Yes.
Yep.
He was the announcer and stuff, and so I was nervous. I thought, "Oh my God, I didn't look over there."
Does he still have luscious hair?
Yeah, he looked like he did. Looked like he did. But I was so nervous, but I cannot wait to watch that. Hopefully, we're going to get a lot of footage. Last year, I think they got like 2 seconds.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it was very minimal.
Oh.
So hopefully we'll get some more. Maybe they saw how cool we are. There was 200 of us there.
They must have seen how cool you guys
Yeah, hopefully they'll give us some play.
were. I really like this book, Angie. This was a good.
That's a good buy for
Yeah.
$7 from Thrifty
Oh,
Books.
for $7 this book? Oh,
yeah, from Thrifty Books.
This is what you would call a come up.
Yeah. The other one I got for free because I had ordered all the books. I've ordered so many books on Thrifty Books, and it was like everything you ever wanted to know about Star Wars, all these different questions. I'll have to bring it next
This would
time.
be some of the best this would be some of the best.
Yeah,
looking
it
armor I've
is.
seen.
Tank Driver. I mean,
Wow.
and this stuff is right there. It's right up there with the regular Stormtroopers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clone
This
Wars.
looks dope.
Clone Troopers are still my favorites.
Or is there your favorite?
Yeah, still my favorite armor.
This looks really dope.
Yeah, that would be a really cool
That
costume.
looks
I don't
really-
think
yeah.
I've seen anybody do that.
Yeah, this looks really awesome.
So that's going to do it for us this week on Radio Geonosis.
Yes.
Next week, let's talk about maybe Christmas and Star Wars.
Yeah, how they all, yeah. I'm
How
fine
would
with
they
that.
celebrate, or the different things you would do for maybe Christmas, and then I'll talk about the Christmas party.
Oh, an imagination episode. I'm all for it.
Yeah, what would you do if you lived in the galaxy, and how would you celebrate Christmas?
Okay.
And I tend to think Christmas would exist there because Anakin believed there were angels, and apparently there are.
Yeah.
And even Han Solo believes there's a hell because he says, "I'll see you in hell."
Yeah.
So obviously there's a heaven and a hell in the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
So we can go on and try and surmise about that.
And see what's up. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
I'll
is gonna
see
be a
the
good
planet where
episode.
the angels are from, and we'll talk about that.
Oh, extensive research.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and research. That's after I put that darn tree up. And the freaking lights.
Don't worry, Angie. Don't worry.
Somehow or another, I'll be at midnight. I'm like, oh my gosh, am I done now? Am I done with this
Hope
tree?
you finish early. I'll give you 2 hours tops.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm going to have a pot of coffee and just get on that.
Yeah, get on it, Angie.
All right, from us here at Radio Geonosis, that's going to do it for us. Please follow us on Facebook at Radio Geonosis 2.0, Instagram at Radio Geonosis,
Twitter at Radio Geonosis.
also on YouTube, Radio Geonosis. Please like and subscribe.
Please do, and follow the Rotation Podcast. I'm going to be doing a lot more content on there from this show to the Let's Talk podcast with the ladies. So, yeah, a lot more content is going to be on its way.
Yes, and I'm hoping that Aaron applies for a thing to do a panel at
Yeah,
Anime because I really would love to see that.
I'm going to actually get on that. Actually,
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I would love to see Mad Studios there doing that because you do incorporate a lot of Japanese animation into Mad Studio.
We absolutely do. We are basically known as like the nerds here. This is what this is.
Yes.
Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe though, please.
Yes. Please like and subscribe. From us here at Radio Geonosis, we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.